We are talking all things Junee today, and I am joined by Emily Horn, who has lived in Junee for about 14 years. So, thank you so much, Emily, for joining us and sharing your story.
No worries. Thank you for having me.
So, I mentioned in the intro that you've been in the area for about 14 years. Can you tell our viewers where you came from and what inspired the move?
Yeah, so originally, both my husband and I were up around the Hunter Valley area. We I finished school up there and was looking to do some further education. The dream of wanting to live in the country and wanting to be a country vet drew me down here to Wagga. And the one condition that my husband put on me when we moved down here was that I do not want to live in the city of Wagga. It's too busy. Junee was sort of the first place that we came and had a look at, and we just fell in love with the town as soon as we drove through it. So originally the change was for me to go to uni, but uni's long and long done now. So we loved it so much that we just never left basically.
And for those who may not be familiar with Junee, can you explain where it is? And I'll bring a map up also so people will have a bit of a visual. I'm just playing
Yep.
battles with my screen.
So Wagga is our closest city. It's half an hour drive from Junee. There is, I think now there's two roundabouts between Junee and Wagga, no traffic lights and basically no traffic, 100k highway. So that's our major city, but Junee itself is quite a large town, and really you can do most things in the township of Junee without having to leave. We've got all sorts of facilities like doctors, hospital, schools, shops like the IGA, hardware shops, feed like local produce stores. Lots of local small businesses that we love to support.
Yeah. And from a location perspective, you mentioned
Oh, sorry. Yep.
from Wagga, which is great because, as you said, you went to university there and people often commute daily. But you've also sort of smack bang in the middle of lots of goodness like Temora, which has lots of great events, Leeton, Narrandera. From Canberra, it's
I think
about
it's
three
about three
hours from
hours.
memory.
Yeah,
Yeah.
3 hours from Canberra. I think 4 hours to the southern side of Sydney,
Mhm.
and about 5 hours to Melbourne. So yeah, it's really ideally located because of how close we are in proximity to multiple bigger regional or sorry capital city
Yeah,
areas.
yeah, and with Wagga, you've got flights, you've got trains. You're pretty connected to the rest of the country very quickly, so it's great from that perspective. So you mentioned you're a vet. A country vet. What was
Yep.
that like starting your career? Like, obviously, start studying locally, but then starting a career there.
Yeah, I found it to be a really easy and smooth transition. Like I already was very familiar with the local area, so um, yeah, and just the way that the uni courses run, you do a lot of practice like prior to graduating in the local clinics around town. So I happened to find myself in a position where I was in a private business, but working still with the students and alongside the university. So it's been quite an easy transition, and it's such we see such cool and interesting cases down here. It really is it's really inspiring to be a vet down in the Riverina.
Yeah. And always in constant demand, I'm sure. You've also gone from student starting your career to having a young family. I'm assuming part of the reason you stayed in Junee was that you saw a good opportunity to raise a family there.
Yeah, we're lucky enough to have got a small acreage here, which is something that was always my dream, but could never afford back up where we're from originally. So, it was a great opportunity to, I suppose, bring up a family in a perfect environment where there is is much more affordable to live down here, and there's so many resources for childcare and schools without the competition from what you might sort of experience in the cities as well. Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm one thing that we hear a lot from families is the quality of time that you get to spend with your family. You're not stuck in the car for an hour and a half each way and getting to extracurricular activities for the kids. You might be traveling further distances, but you know how long it's going to take you, minus the odd kangaroo or sheep crossing.
Yeah.
And that's not even a joke. Sometimes that's
Yeah.
a hold up. But it's a nice hold up, right?
Yes, it is. Yeah.
So, what do you guys? Oh, you've just flipped your phone. There we go.
Sorry, my phone just started ringing. Sorry.
Oh no, that's fine. From the perspective of like lifestyle, what are some of the things that you guys enjoy doing either individually or as a family?
So I think that I mean, we love just, I suppose, absorbing ourselves in our little country life here on our little farm. But in terms of our involvement in the community, like we love going, we ride the horses down to the Junee licorice and chocolate factory and tie them up there and have a milkshake, and
Mm.
go for walks down along the boardwalk. We have a fantastic swimming pool here that's heated all year round, so the kids love to go down there. Even in the wintertime, it's a fun activity to do. And yeah, the council even do a lot of community events. So just the other week, on a Friday, they just had a massive party in the rec centre, and there was free sausage sizzle and jumping castles for the kids. And yeah, it's a real strong community down here. It's a really nice feeling.
I think people who haven't lived in the country probably hears, oh, country community, and probably can't visualize what that looks like. Can you sort of articulate what that actually means?
Yeah, like I think that it's familiarity. Like, you walk into the shops and you pretty much guaranteed to see five people and everyone's sort of kindly checking in and seeing how you're going, and there's always a really supportive network of people, I suppose, that know that if you need help, they're willing to help out. So yeah, I think everyone's friendly. Most people, are known by on first name basis. You can walk into the hardware store and, they say, "G'day, Emily, how you going?" And
Mm.
yeah, it's something that I hadn't experienced until I moved down here, was that real, like, actually, people and you see familiar faces all the time. Yeah.
Mm. And there is a comfort around that, I think, that people probably don't really understand until they've experienced it and had it for a little while.
Yeah.
So Junee Shire has a number of different little towns and villages attached to it. And you've mentioned the licorice and chocolate factory there, which
Yeah.
if you haven't been, it's a great little spot to put on your to-do list when you're visiting the region and the Shire. It's just incredible what they've created there over the years. If you head to the page as well, you can watch a little case study. That cow, I still remember him. He was gorgeous, just followed us around everywhere in that video. But you can also find out a little bit more information about housing costs, transport options that we sort of discussed earlier, but also the industry opportunities. The rail sector is a really big thing there. Manufacturing, tourism is just growing more and more. And then the council is also very proactive, along with a number of other organisations. Was there anything that you wanted to add in regards to, I guess, the opportunities that people would have, or any advice that you might offer someone considering a country change to Junee Shire?
Yeah, like I think a lot of people maybe look at these regional areas and think, why would you want to live here? And to me, it's like, well, why wouldn't you? Because honestly, like, you can call up the doctors, you can get a doctor's appointment on the same day. We have the pool, like, just the number of people that are competing for services that we have is so little. So it's such yeah, it's such an easy place to live. I mean, the weather is different compared to some places. It's really hot in the summer and really cold in the winter. But I think you embrace that, and it brings us all a little bit closer together. Um, Other things, I don't know. Like there is. I personally do find it a little bit limiting with the like the transport. It is great from like Wagga. You've got the airport in Wagga, but I suppose cost wise, it's can be quite expensive. So mostly, I think you do need a car to drive here. That might be something that holds people back compared to living in the city. Is you can get a bus here or bus
Yeah,
there, but
public
and there is
transport. Yeah.
yeah, and the train line goes through here, and you can catch the train, but it's only twice a day. It's not just running multiple times back and forth. Which one day wouldn't it be wonderful when they actually can make that more of a thing? Because yeah, that's such a valuable resource that we haven't quite got right yet.
Mm. And I think that's the adjustment level, is the accessibility to things like public transport. It's just different. You've just
It
got to be a
is, yeah.
little bit more organized. There's no, I'll just, run late this morning because there's another bus in 10 minutes. It doesn't
Yeah,
quite work like that.
no, yeah, exactly.
Organized.
Yeah.
Fantastic. So do you have any advice for other people who might be considering a country change to Junee Shire?
Yeah, I think that book a week holiday down here and come visit the area, see what it's about. Pop in, see see the Junee and Licorice Factory, see the train museum, the beautiful railway cafe. Like there's so many things to do and see here in town. Just yeah, get down here, absorb it, see how it feels. I can guarantee you that you will be impressed.